Communities face many problems and concerns that need to be solved through community mobilization or by communities coming together to work towards a common goal. This makes community mobilization an interesting topic for community leaders, communication specialists, and community development workers. So for this discussion, let us talk about community mobilization and see an example on how it is practiced to solve social problems. The objectives of this discussion is to understand what is community mobilization, why community mobilization is important, what are the key steps in effective community mobilization, and what are the factors for successful community mobilization, and to see a model of community mobilization. What is community mobilization? The World Health Organization defines community mobilization as the process of bringing together as many stakeholders as possible to raise people's awareness of and demand for a particular program, to assist in the delivery of resources and services, and to strengthen community participation for sustainability and self-reliance. This is based on the belief that the community is seen as the best judge of its own problems and to have the ability to undertake appropriate action to solve these problems. According to SBCC, community mobilization can include activities such as door-to-door outreach, public meetings, health fairs, participatory theater, and other activities. And importantly, mobilization efforts are community-driven, and community members are active participants in defining the problem, generating solution, and evaluating the outcomes of those solutions. Emmeline Socken-Huberty, in her article, What is Community Mobilization and How Does It Work?, states that community mobilization occurs when a community comes together to work towards a common goal. The first main step of community mobilization is talking to the community, where the community mobilizer or leader establishes community communication for social problem construction or for discussing a community issue or concern that needs to be addressed by means of community mobilization. The second is defining goals, where the community collectively agrees on the goals and objectives of community mobilization, which is usually a solution to the social problem or concern. The third is gathering coalition or the organizing and network building to facilitate community mobilization. The fourth is defining strategies, where the community collectively formulates communication and mobilization strategies. These involve identifying and understanding the targets of community mobilization that have the solution to the problem or concern and crafting communication strategies prior to actual mobilization. Mobilization scenario building and formulating of mobilization tactics. The success of community mobilization is affected by certain factors. The kind of leadership in the community is an important factor for effective community mobilization. Community leaders must have good communicative organizing knowledge and skills developed through education, training, and experience to effectively facilitate community mobilization. Community communication is another important factor. Community communication requires good leadership and investment in ICT to effectively facilitate community mobilization. Social cohesion, gender equality, and the good relationship in the community are important factors for maximizing participation in community mobilization. The management capabilities, skills, and education of the community are factors for successful community mobilization, especially when the mobilization results to a program or project that community will handle. Lastly, the sense of ownership of the community to the mobilization and its outcomes is a very important factor for success. An example of community mobilization model that I can show you is the participatory human development approach of our organization, the Outreach Philippines. Our organization facilitates community mobilizations with the aim of achieving sustainable development in a community through a 9-step process. The first step, integration, is the communication strategy of developing social cohesion and establishing community communication and good working relationship. Social investigation is the understanding and initial attempt for social construction of the community issues. Problem identification and prioritization is a communicative action where people agree on priority issue and decide to act collectively for solution. Groundworking is the strategy of door-to-door or person-to-person communication to ensure that community residents are well informed, motivated, and enabled to participate in the meeting for community mobilization. Meeting step refers to the collective gathering for formulating strategies, assigning tasks, and planning the actual mobilization. Role play is a communicative action where mobilization scenarios are discussed and strategies are formulated, and the participants with assigned communication tasks practice the communication strategies by dramatization. Mobilization is the actual community mobilization or collective action. Evaluation is where the community collectively evaluates the mobilization and its results. Reflection is where the community participates in a sharing of experiences and lessons learned from the mobilization. The participatory human development is a cyclic process that is facilitated repeatedly until the social problem is solved. Some outcomes of community mobilizations facilitated by Outreach Philippines can be found in the organization's website, outreachphilippines.com or outreachphilippines.org. In summary, we have understood that community mobilization is the process of communities coming together towards a common goal. Community mobilization is important because it can solve complex social issues. It empowers people. It builds trust and makes social problems construction and acceptance easier. And it results to community self-reliance and sustainable development. Community mobilization involves talking to the people or establishing community communication as the first step and is followed by the key steps of defining goals, gathering coalition, and deciding on strategies before the actual mobilization. The factors for successful community mobilizations include the leadership in the community communication, communication strategies, social cohesion and gender equality, people's capabilities, and sense of ownership. The participatory human development approach of Outreach Philippines Incorporated is an example of a model for community mobilization utilized to solve simple to complex community issues. Okay, here are guide questions for our discussion. Can you elaborate more on the importance of communication in an effective community mobilization? And do you think social media communication can now replace the classic door to door communication as effective communication strategy for encouraging and sustaining participation in community mobilizations? Thank you.